Yo, yo, what's good? What's good? Salute to the family. Salute to my people. First in the building. Salute to my bro T being the first in the building. My TWT family. Josh, what's good with it, bro? Skywalker, my bro, what's good with it? Appreciate y'all for stopping through. MP, what's good, my bro? Appreciate you sliding through. You on your lunch break? Appreciate that. Appreciate that. You know, we got a little bit to talk about today. T, what's good with it? You posted that. I mean, and salute to my boy for staying on top of that news. I threw a question mark by the cancel part of it because, like you said, they said it's still gonna happen. So I'm glad to hear it, but we still gonna talk about it because Eubank Senior got his son looking crazy out here. Got his son looking crazy out here. I'm not mistaken. I could have swore it was Team Ben. I mean, not Ben. Damn, my bad. Team Eubank that suggested this weight. Am I right, or am I tripping? And nonetheless, even if they didn't suggest it, they definitely already agreed on it. So my thing is, how you gonna agree on something and then be ready to pull out? You know, I'm gonna tune into that one for sure. Flossy, what's good with it, my bro? Appreciate you for sliding through. How you feeling, bro? Yeah, man. So I'm just like, man, y'all motherfuckers, man. You making your son look bad, should I say, man. Nonetheless, you're making him look bad. And it's like y'all not on the same page, or it's got to be some type of something going on in that camp, because it ain't no way in hell that he already agreed to have this fight and agreed to the terms, the weight, and everything. He had no issue with it. He's so comfortable, you know. Speaking on Eubank Jr., he's so damn comfortable. You know what I'm saying? That and he ain't worried about the weight to the point where D Free, my bro, was good with it, bro. Appreciate you sliding through. He's to the point where he running around. He was seen eating a bucket of chicken, KFC chicken. Now I know somebody mentioned that over there that the food, I guess, ain't as bad as it is in the States, whatever the case may be. But nonetheless, y'all get what I'm saying. He obviously, do that look like the guy that's concerned with making weight whatsoever? If he running around eating fried chicken and he had a bucket of it on some fat boy shit. You get what I'm saying? So I'm like, for me, it ain't looking good for Team Eubank, man. Somebody in that team got reservations, man. And to me, I get it. You know, all respect, and to your situation. You said you lost a son already, and you're not gonna do that again, and all them. I get that, but I think with all due respect to that situation, I think he said that because he put the people in a situation like when you use a tragic situation to make your point. You get what I'm saying? That's an unfortunate situation. When you use that to make your point, you going at people's hearts when you do that. So you kind of putting people in a weird position where they're not going to question it because of what you're saying. But, I think it's a way to do it without being disrespectful to the loss of your son. And I think, I'm intelligent enough to put it in a way where it's no disrespect to you, your son, or your team. I just calling a spade a spade. You can't be, whining about weight. DP, what's good with it, my bro? You can't be talking about how risky of a weight cut it is when you had ample amount of time during negotiations to step in and say, hey, you know what? My son ain't fighting at no 157. He ain't doing it. It's too risky. You get what I'm saying? Where was you at when the negotiations was being done? Because, somebody made a point earlier that it's a good chance maybe you wasn't present during the negotiations for whatever reason. Now you present now, and you kind of like, I don't know if that you like pulling your power. I don't know what you trying to do. I don't know, but who making the decisions over there for Team Eubank, for Chris Eubank Jr.? Like, is it his pops? Like, ain't the whole point of him competing is to not live in his pop's shadow? So like, what we talking about? What is he doing right now? And again, like I heard the after effects saying like the fight's still gonna go on, but my thing is I'm past it. Really, the cancel part ain't the part I'm stuck on. It's just I'm stuck on the excuse it seemed like that he was about to use, and he still is probably using a built-in one. We Talk Sports. What's good with it, my bro? Appreciate you for sliding through. Yeah, my thing is, man, like, where was you when the negotiations was taking place? Why are you then now? You know, the fight got a little closer, and here you come talking about what your son not gonna do is too risky, this and that. And I'm just like, have you seen your son lately? Are y'all speaking to each other? Are you hip to social media, or are you just oblivious to everything? So you don't know why you running around talking about the weight cut risky. Your son running around with buckets of chicken, and he talking crazy with mad confidence. So I'm like, something ain't adding up. Somebody ain't confident, and I don't get that feeling from Team Ben. Every little snippet and clip, every little visual of Conor Ben you see somewhere putting in some work, man. I see contrasting situations, you know me, with this fight, man. I see Team Ben look like they taking this shit real serious. They look like they taking it serious, and it look like Team Eubank might be underestimating this kid, man. I think that's a real possibility. Like, there's no way like you running around trying to convince people that you're not worried about the weight. I think, as my bro T said, you said you only had to be 60% of yourself to beat Conor Ben and shit like that. Like, I don't know, it sounds like you underestimating them to me. You know what I mean? 60, because you ain't that good to begin with. Or even if we're saying Chris Eubank is a better fighter than Conor Ben, that gap ain't that wide where you could afford to be 60% of yourself and go into a fight with Conor Ben and think you just gonna beat him. You not that type of fighter. You ain't that. I don't know if you ain't get the memo or you've been reading the wrong news clippings, but you ain't that. You better come in there 100% of yourself. Chris Eubank Jr., when they fight, he better come in there 100% of himself, or he might get upset, man. I'm telling you, ain't no excuse other than an injury to cancel the fight. That was agreed on. Shit sound funny. You see what I'm saying? Blue down dark side of the moon. Salute, Queen. Appreciate you for stopping through. Underestimating or covering up something, either or. You see what I'm saying, T? Something ain't right. I'm here to even talk about it, because maybe some people ain't gonna talk about it. This might not be a popular topic, but y'all know I'm a man of conversation. I don't really care about the popular topics, man. I just think this is something that we need to talk about. It's an upcoming fight. It's a fight where both guys is going to be challenged, and I particularly have my eye on this because I, for one, have been looking for Conor Ben to take an actual step-up fight in which I feel like he could be tested and challenged. And, you know what I mean? Not to be crazy, I think Chris Eubank could be this type of challenge, but, you know what I mean? I question his mentality and mindset going into this fight, man. I understand that the trash talking and the bravado. I get that part of it, but it seemed a little bit deeper than that. It seemed like it's like you going past that. Like you either trying to convince us that you got this in the bag, or you overcompensating for something, like, and then your team, which is your father, you know what I mean? You got him. Oh man. AT. Man, dang. God. Shit. My bro. T, you still in here? Man, you got your father speaking, saying, he worried about the weight and shit like that. I need you to, if you post, I need you to come up for a second. Click the link for me. My bad, y'all. Shit. My bad, Joe. You was posted, you said?
Yeah.
Oh shit. I needed you to shoot me some bell for like 5 minutes.
All right, I got you.
All right, bet. I'll be right back, yeah.
Yeah. Shit, since we on the Conor Ben situation, I go ahead and throw y'all. I go ahead and fill y'all in, since I feel like I'm the one that broke the news any goddamn way. So for what I'm hearing right now, Chris Eubank Sr. literally is the one that came up with that. Chris Eubank Sr. literally is the one that came up with the news that his son shouldn't fight, that he pulling his son out. His son had been reaching out to him for a while now about getting help with this fight. They said Chris Eubank Sr. went MIA, but Chris Eubank Sr. made he made a comeback, I guess, like last weekend. And the first thing that he had to say was, this fight is set up for his son to lose. It's a dangerous fight for his son. They trying to get his son to beat. They trying to get his son beat by this weight clause stipulation. But what Chris Eubank Sr. was unaware of, that his son and his team is the one who put forward the 157 weight and the regeneration and the rehydration clause. That came from Chris Eubank Jr. side. Our Conor Ben side did was agree to the weight given. You know what I mean? Now, this could be a play right now. I don't got no source on this, right? This ain't nothing that I know for sure, but this could have been the idea, right, to try to scare, like a scare tactic, right, a negotiation tactic, right, to try to scare Conor Ben and his side out of the fight, out of the rehydration clause, right? Maybe Chris Eubank Jr. is having a hard time making weight. Maybe he was saying that this fight gonna be easy. I'm gonna be 60% and all that. Maybe there was a way, of him trying to tell us that he is having a hard time making weight. Anytime somebody have to keep telling you, oh well, yeah, I just got to make the weight. The only problem gonna be the weight cut. The thing is the weight cut with this, nothing else but the weight cut. So he already told you that the weight may be an issue. His team is the one that came up with the weight, but he said it may be an issue. So maybe this was a ploy or a plot for them to try to get Conor Ben and his side to panic and say, well, we'll still do the fight. You can rehydrate to whatever you want to rehydrate to. You know what I mean? But Conor Ben and his team ain't, shape, falter, or filter, right? So Chris Eubank Jr. ended up coming out and saying that, he had no intent on pulling out of the fight, and that the fight, still. Actually, Chris Eubank Jr. didn't say that. The people who was putting the fight on said that they hadn't been contacted by Chris Eubank Jr. about them, pulling out of the fight, about the fight not happening. So they moving forward as planned. They said only Chris Eubank Sr. is the one that said that, but they're not doing business with Chris Eubank Sr. What's good, Ted? What's good, Ted? Appreciate you, sir. I do this, man. He said, you don't understand Eubank Sr. He knows what he's doing. They had this plan all along. They knew Eddie is under pressure from the zone to make pay-per-view fights. Eubank Sr. is amongst the controversy while being deadly serious with his request. Yeah, I think it was just a stab in the dark this time though, because Team Ben ain't moving off it. You know what I mean? Really, at this point, especially since Chris Eubank Jr. already signed that contract. And you already signed a contract that your team is the one that came up with the stipulation, because Eubank pretty much locked into that. Now I think that the last thing that just happened with Chris Eubank Sr. coming out and saying, "Oh yeah, my son pulling out because of the weight." I think that was the last gasp, right? I think Chris Eubank kind of is struggling to get down to this weight, and those that team's last gasp at trying to make something happen. You know what I mean? Maybe they scared Conor Ben into, relieving the rehydration clause. But it didn't happen that way. So at this point, that man just gonna have to get his ass up in there. Or you know what I mean? I felt like the whole time, right? It's always something. Right? Anytime a guy telling you this is gonna be the easiest fight of my career, I normally take 6 weeks off for sex. I'm gonna take 2 weeks off. I could beat Conor Ben at 60%. In the same breath, tell you, oh, well, Conor Ben has nothing to lose in this fight. I have everything to lose in this fight. If I lose, then it's essentially the end of my career. I'm not going to lose, but if I lose, you get what I'm saying? So I feel like all that tongue-in-cheek stuff that Chris Eubank Jr. had been doing, I feel like it's starting to catch up with him. I think he's really, as you get closer, no problem, dude. As you get closer to these fights, as you get closer, to not even just a fight, right? Like y'all know, y'all used to play sports, or when you got a big day, a graduation day, or anything. The closer and closer you get, to your date, the closer and closer you get to the fight, the closer and closer you get to graduation, the closer and closer you get to giving your big speech that you've been planning to give. you get a little nervous, you get a little butterflies. Not even if you don't get nervous and you get butterflies, you get that mood change. Like, oh yeah, it's close, it's about to happen. I think Chris Eubank Jr. has finally hit that spot where he realizes, oh shit, it's about to happen, and he might not be as prepared as he thought that he would be. I personally heard Chris Eubank Jr. say at the press conference, Conor Benn said, I've been training 3 weeks. Chris Eubank Jr. said, I haven't started training. I'm going to start training after this press conference. Now what Chris Eubank Jr. fans or Conor Benn haters or whatever, what they were telling me was, oh, Chris Eubank, he's so clever. He's being tongue-in-cheek. He's getting inside Conor Benn's head. You know what I mean? Now he either was getting inside Conor Benn's head or he was really telling the truth that he ain't been training. That he may only be 60% for this fight. You get what I'm saying? Like, that sound cute up until your daddy asked, up until your daddy said that you getting down to this weight could cause you to die. I'm like, damn, your son go die to drop 3 pounds? Let's really think about this, man. Chris Eubank Jr. fights at 160. They asking him to go to 157. Now I get 3 pounds. 3 pounds is 3 pounds. Well, if he already cutting to make that 160, then 3 pounds will be a lot. I feel you. Well, you shouldn't have signed up for it, right? Conor Benn did say something like, oh, Chris Eubank Jr. needs this fight for the money. That's why you took it. So you signed up for it. Whatever reason you signed up for it, whether it was for legacy or whether you needed money to play poker, like my guy Conor Benn said. You signed up for it. Your team, the one that brought out the weight of stipulation. Your team is the one who added the rehydration clause. Conor Benn simply agreed to what your team put out on the table. You know what I mean? So when this news first broke, that the fight was canceled, at first I didn't believe it, but then I was like, man, this coming straight from Chris Eubank Sr., so you got to take what he says serious, you know what I mean? And even if the fight really was canceled or it was a ploy to try to get, Conor to scare Conor Benn out of his rehydration clause, he failed. And now Chris Eubank Jr. looks even worse. Now Chris Eubank Jr. really is going to look bad if he come out here and he lose this fight to Conor Benn, because now hold on. Man, my homie just asked me for some bread. My bad, y'all. But yeah, now rather it was a ploy to try to get the rehydration clause moved, or rather it's true. And I think the latter will be worse. If it's really true that Chris Eubank is struggling to make this weight, that this weight will be a detriment to, Chris Eubank's health and all that. Chris Eubank should have thought about that before he took the fight. He damn sure should have thought about all that before he said that Conor Benn will be a walk in the park. Before he said that Conor Benn would be one of his easiest fights. Before he said that he don't even need to train for real in order to beat Conor Benn. You get what I'm saying, man? You got to be careful. You got to be careful what you say. Now, this shit could all be for nothing. Because now the feel is that the fight's still going on and Chris Eubank Sr. just had a Chris Eubank Sr. moment. You get what I'm saying? But whatever the case may be, right? It's a bad look. It's a bad look for Conor Benn. It's a bad look for it's a bad look for Chris Eubank Jr., especially with it being so close to the fight. Well, we less than what? We under a month for this fight. We under 30 days. We under 30 days for this fight type deal. And now all of a sudden, it's the weight issue, and the weight go cause your son, to die type deal. We don't want to hear that, man. I want you to keep that same energy you had at that press conference when you was telling us that, this going to be a cakewalk. I want you to keep that same energy you had when you decided to post the picture of you eating a bucket of KFC chicken. And it was spicy, because I know what motherfucking chicken look like when I see it. The shit was spicy too. So you know that spicy chicken carry extra grease, extra fat. You feel me? It was spicy. You eating a big bucket of spicy chicken, nigga. I don't want to hear nothing about no weight. The thing is, when you making all them jokes, and when you 6 months out for the fight, when you 2 months out for the fight, right? All them jokes and them pictures and eating jello and ice cream and all this shit. That shit cute. That shit sound cool. But once you really getting closer to the fight, right? And you realize, damn, my fat ass is 12 pounds overweight. And now you realize, damn, instead of having to cut 12 pounds, now I got to cut 15 pounds. Oh, now you realizing that this shit ain't the game no more. Need to mention that $100,000 pound limit you got for if you miss weight. You know what I mean? So every pound that you over, that's 100,000 that you gotta pay Conor Bean. So let that sink in. So you either finna be disciplined and make this weight at this point. You finna pull out of this fight and get the pantsuit off your ass, or you finna come in there overweight and you finna pay Conor Bean handsomely. You get what I'm saying? But this was happening when you half step. This will happen when you bullshit, and this will happen when you don't take a fight serious. And I could confidently say that because you told me you're not taking it. You told me out of your own mouth you're not taking this fight serious. Now all of a sudden you got trouble in the camp. Now all of a sudden your daddy worried about your life. Well, from last time I checked, this say junior, not senior, Chris Eubank, right? Both of y'all named Chris Eubank, so I give you that. But one of them say senior, and the other say junior. So your daddy can't get you up out of this mess. Now he tried to, and now I personally think that there was all them trying to scare Team Ben. I personally think that was all them trying to scare Team Ben into saying, well, we'll take off the rehydration clause. You know what I mean? But it didn't work out that way. Conor Ben said, I'm over here in the gym. He put out this picture. It was him in the gym. He was sparring Felix Cash. If y'all don't know Felix Cash is 160 pounder, 168 pounder. He might be a 154 pounder, something like that. But Felix Cash is a middleweight, 160 pounder, if I'm not mistaken. Conor Ben was in the gym sparring Felix Cash. Conor Ben looked damn good right now. You know what I mean? Pause. The man looked like a little fucking running back right now. So one of these fighters, Conor Ben, has most definitely been in the gym. And the other fighter, I haven't seen a workout picture of him, or workout video of him. You know what I mean? Or nothing like that. But he said he hasn't. He personally said that he hasn't even been in the gym. The press conference was 2 weeks ago? So that's when Chris Eubank Jr. decided to go to the gym. If we listen to what Chris Eubank Jr. did, right? He said he just got in the gym 2 weeks ago. And now he's the guy that's struggling to make weight. Or he's the guy that's having second thoughts about the rehydration clause. Or not, right? Or it's just Chris Eubank Sr. speaking from a place of his own concern, right? But even still, Chris Eubank Jr. has not came out and said anything about what his father had to say. The people that came out and said something about what his father had to say are Eddie Hearn's people. Eddie Hearn people said, we haven't heard anything about Chris Eubank Jr. pulling out of that fight. So from our understanding, everything's still a go. We still moving forward with the process. You know what I mean? So from right now, as we speak, the fight is still on, and it's Chris Eubank Sr. who has a problem with the weight. But what I think went on. What I think went on, right? What I think just went on was it was a play. What's good, Alex Alberto G? What I think just went on, right? It was a play to get their rehydration clause taken away. That's what I think. He said Eubank Jr. promoter said the fight is still a go today as well. Okay, bet. So Chris Eubank came out and said that the fight's still a go. So the fight's still a go. So the only person who
and I agree. shit, damn it. Good looking, my bro. Shit. I got
Yeah.
you, bros.
Yeah.
K-Rod was good, yeah. Appreciate you, T. And I agree, man. I think he trying to say, I think he hoping Conor Ben and them just say, fuck it, we'll fight you at 160. And even then, I think he'll have some reservations. I just don't think, I think Eubank trying to overcompensate by what they chicken eating and trying to act like he comfortable. I think he know Conor Ben a real threat to beating his ass, and he ain't ready to lose again. He trying to find his way or allow his daddy to find a way out for him, or at least either that, or he's just trying to generate some buzz to the fight. But I think with his father using the fact that he lost the son, it might be a little more than that. He don't seem confident to me. And his son overcompensating. So I see a lot of insecurity and I see a low level of confidence coming from Team Eubank as a whole, the son and the pops. What's good, fellas? Damn, hot as shit.
What's going on?
What's good with it, man? I'm hot as hell. I ain't never moved that quick in my life. I ain't know I still had that in.
Yeah, man.
Good looking, T.
I don't think they ever wanted to really stop the fight. I really do feel like, but I do feel like Chris Eubank Jr. told his pop, hey, bro, you gonna say this shit. Let's try to get this shit, bro. Let's try to make some move.
Mm-hmm.
Like bro was saying, Chris Eubank Sr. go say whatever the hell he want, and he do got a lot of pull over there. You know what I mean? So I really do feel like that they thought they could pressure the Beans into, because Eubank Sr. and Nigel Bean was having a conversation on the phone. Like this is where this came from. He was talking to Nigel. He told Nigel that fight not happening. Nigel said, so what you saying, the fight ain't happening? And Eubank Sr. was like, absolutely. You know what I mean? And that's where the rumor came from. Eubank Jr. Team in the zone and edited them saying that they never, got word that they wasn't gonna fight. So, everything's still coping steady. But I just find it hard to believe that Chris Eubank Sr. did that without talking to his son.
I think this is a clear case of when calling someone bluff goes wrong. I don't think they thought that Conor Ben was going to actually step up to the plate. They thought Conor Ben was going to back down or whatever, but then they see Conor Ben took it serious and he's really training for this fight. And Nigel, Eubank Sr. looking at this shit like, oh, my son might lose to a smaller fighter. It's going to be detrimental to his career.
Big Texas.
Not in the boxing industry, but over there. Because the boxing industry, they ain't going to look at it. It's like, okay, he lost to Conor Ben. He was a better fighter. But over there, they're going to look at it. Now, Conor Ben is the dude over there. So they can't sit here and try to pull their weight around because you ain't the dude. Conor Ben is the dude. He just beat you. He a smaller fighter. He just beat you. So I think it's coming more so from Eubank Sr. Like I can't have my son take this loss.
Hot. Yeah, man. Team Eubank ain't confident at all, bro. They don't want that smoke. I'm starting to feel like that. Like you say, I think they got their bluff called at the end of the day. And they expected Conor Ben to fold, and he ain't. This young boy confident, and he believe in himself. He definitely believe he could win. What did he do?
I feel like he's going to put his ass in the dirt. I already feel like being better than him, that Eubank ain't taking him serious either. That's one thing you never supposed to fucking do. Going into some shit, taking somebody lightly, then you taking somebody that actually can fight, you taking him lightly because he's smaller than you or something. I don't understand. Knock off Roy Jones, motherfucker. I can't stand you.
You ain't going for that Roy Jones shit, huh? You don't like it?
Yeah, nigga do a couple cancel Roy, and now all of a sudden you just think you embodied the Avatar state or something.
He could never be Roy, man. The fact that he even trying it is funny. I mean, I see some of the schooling, and I feel like some of it is okay, but don't overdo it. I think it's a line, man. Don't go in there thinking you Roy Jones. I don't give a fuck how much he teach you. You will never be him. Athletically, you could just never beat Roy Jones. To get that up, you trying to do it is a waste of your time. I can understand you trying to, take in some of the knowledge, but the minute you try to turn yourself into a Roy Jones is the minute you get your ass beat.
It's just like buying a size 10, or damn well your ass will size 5.
His defense ain't good enough. His defense ain't good enough to be Roy Jones. His reflex and his defense ain't good enough.
Facts.
That nigga be trying to do that shit that Roy Jones be doing, leaving his guards down, be getting caught every time. I like Roy Jones at his point when he was doing that shit, he wasn't getting caught with no punches.
It's a fact.
He doing that shit to bait you in to throw a punch so he can catch you. He gonna counter you. When you throw a punch, he gonna counter you.
Why?
That I get that angle as far as him, but I still think that's I think that angle he playing talking about his son. Again, that just put most people in a position where they don't even want to comment on it, and you just gonna kind of accept it because of the reasoning he using it behind it. So it's hard to question it. But for me, I go a little bit deeper than that. There's nothing wrong with him saying that, but I just don't see confidence. And again, you got to think why I'm feeling that way. You on one end, you got the father worried about weight. On the other end, you got the son eating like he ain't got to worry about the weight. So you get what I'm saying? At least y'all two get on the same page before you release any statement talking about how you feel. Because he cancels that out. How you feel don't even matter to him because look how he behaving. So miss me with that. Like, I get it. It don't have nothing to do with the loss you took, but it got something to do with the timing in which you decided to bring this up. Now, either you blowing smoke, in which I don't think you are, because again, you're reasoning for it, but your timing is the reason I'm questioning it. And then for your son to be going against everything you talking about, he looked extra confident to me, and I kind of question that. I don't think you that confident. And again, if he going in there underestimating that young boy, talking about 60% of you is enough to beat him, you sadly mistaken, because the skill gap is not that wide for you to be able to go in there 60% of yourself against him and actually beat him. You can't do it. You miss. You show me that. 100% of you might not beat that young boy. You go in there with the wrong game plan. So 60%, I'm gonna go out on a limb and say 60% of you get knocked out by Conor Benn, in my opinion. So I don't know what, he better get his mind right. Him and his dad. You've been seeing it without to get Hearn's head. Maybe that's why. Maybe he's trying to sway shit in his favor again. Maybe it could be a last ditch effort to try to get Eubank. Conor Benn to be like, fuck the rehydration clause. I'll fight you at 60. Maybe that's what he want to happen. So we gonna see. But either way, it don't sound like confidence. Even if that is what he want, you don't sound confident. Y'all came up with the shit, signed on it. Now you trying to find a way out. That shit sound crazy to me. Lady do appreciate you back in the super chat. Trying to show your muscles, or B Free was flexing. Yeah, I got a tank top on too over here. I ain't even gonna stunt. I took the fastest walk of my life just now. I'm over here sweating. I'm hot as shit right now. Over here, feel like I just worked out. I be feeling like I'm buff right now. Man, I'm hot. Yeah, but man, I don't like it. I don't like it. Dave, what's good, Dave? Salute to you in the UK, bro. I think that shit just sound funny to me. It don't look right. Like I said, if his son was in the gym busting his ass or something like that, and you seen the way he was looking, and you felt like he looked like less of himself because of him trying to cut and make weight, you would have more of a case. You get what I'm saying? Everybody, I think, as a whole would be able to level with you a little bit differently if that's what you're able to prove. But in this case, it just seemed like an excuse. And again, you trying to play on people's emotions by bringing up your situation. Like, I don't think we talking about 3 pounds. Ain't this dude already fighting at 160? I'm trying to understand this shit more. We talking about 3 pounds and you talking about dangerous weight cut. Don't Conor Benn got to go up? Yeah, y'all both got to make sacrifices. And if you ask me, it's not meeting in the middle. And I know it might be a little harder to cut the weight than it is to gain it, whatever you want to say. But the point is, they both making sacrifices. And Conor Benn fight at 47. If y'all fighting at 57, ain't that 10 more pounds? So he gonna be in unfamiliar territory too. So I ain't really trying to hear no excuses at the time of when it's getting closer for this fight and your son running around here fucking around. He mess around, can't make the weight. Just say that. You know what I'm saying? Because he is eating KFC. So I want to know what's going on. Because what you saying and what he doing, it don't add up, man. It ain't the same shit. You worried, he acting like he not worried, man. Somebody ain't keeping it real.
You know, Eubank, he did fight at 68. You know, he was a small 68 pounder. Hold up, actually. Let me run across the street right quick.
No, he heavier, so he got to go down in weight. So he eating the KFC to try to prove to people he ain't worried about it. But then when your father come out and release a statement, y'all not on the same page, dummies. You acting crazy. Out of all things to eat, you eat fried chicken. So, you know, you just letting us know you ain't worried about that weight.
I mean,
what is your father worried about?
Career, that's a bullshit excuse. He fight it, you be fluctuating between 60 and 68. When you fight at 60, and like it ain't like you weighing in 160 on the day, weighing in at like 159 and a quarter, 158. So you really only killing like maybe 2 pounds, maybe 3 at the most.
Really? It missed me with that. That's what I'm saying. And again, that excuse and just to be respectful of what happened to him and the son that he lost is still a way to have a conversation without not making that's not it, bro. You worried about something else. You just threw that in there. I really do feel like that. You threw that in there because, like I said, it make people hard to question it. Like you just don't want to do it because of the reasoning. But hell with that, bro. Not when your son, if like I said, just think about the visual. If we were seeing clips of Chris Eubank in the gym going crazy, and he could come out there and say, yo, I've been seeing my son killing in the gym to try to make weight, and he ain't looking right. You get what I'm saying? And then he voiced his concern. We could understand that more. Not when this dude is fucking off, it seemed like. So is he not taking this shit serious? And that's your way of covering that up? Like, what's going on? Or are you just trying to have it all your way? And just like I said, hoping he just say, you know what? Fuck that rehydration clause. I'll fight you at 60. Like it got to be a reason behind it. It's more to it than you just talking about that weight cut, man. I just can't believe that when I don't see no evidence at all online of your son doing nothing that say he putting in work and taking this shit serious. Even when he talk, he don't sound like he taking it serious enough. He sound like he underestimating the hell out of Conor Ben. I think that's gonna be a mistake. Carl Hunter, salute, bro.
Out his mouth, he literally said out his mouth he has no truth but the other. It's sitting in that face-off interview they did a while back.
Yeah.
It's stupid. But I might be a little slow with this, but I what the fuck is a rehydration clause?
What you say you might be slow, but what? It was
what the hell is a rehydration clause? Somebody please explain to me.
Fuck with rehydration clauses.
I don't know where. Like I hear, but I don't really.
It's like if you let's say you fight at 168, I fight at 160, but our fight go be at 165. I say Flopsy, you got to come in at 165, and you can't rehydrate higher than 167. That's a rehydration clause. You can't rehydrate higher than this weight.
Oh shit.
Yeah, that's some fucked
up shit. All right. So Conor Ben
Chris Eubank then presented one and Conor Ben agreed to it.
Facts, Dave. I'm starting to feel like that right now.
Chris Eubank Jr. is the one that came up with the rehydration clause.
Yeah.
That's the killing part about this situation.
Yeah. And again, I'm glad you highlighted that, because again, that's exactly why another reason I got a problem with it. It's like, why did y'all negotiate that? And then you just you know what? I'm pulling my son out of here. It's too risky. What? Was you there when it started, or did you just now come on board? Like, what's going on, bro? Like, was you late to the party? Like, what the fuck? Do you realize they agreed already, or do you not know that? Like, what you doing? Like, that's why I was like, man, let me find out. Y'all ain't confident for real. Your son putting on the show, and your true feelings coming out. You know what I'm saying? You like, man, ain't playing with this dude. Y'all see Conor in there wrecking shit. That boy, they probably see some of his video. They probably like, nah, that dude really want to win. Yeah, he want to win. I could get one thing. I could bet my money Conor Ben gonna come in there to win. I don't care what happened in the fight. I can bet anything. His mentality as a fighter lets you know that he not only taking it serious, but when he get in there, he's coming to win, whether he win, lose, or draw. So, like I said, I see one guy that just look locked in and focused, and another one that just look like he ain't taking this shit serious, and I don't think he good enough to act that way. Like I don't know where he he remind me, he almost giving me the vibes he used to give off when he was still undefeated. The way he carrying it right now with this Conor Benn situation, and I think that's either a big miscalculation on his behalf or it's like fake bravado. You don't really believe that shit. You know that dude coming to test you, and it ain't gonna be easy for you. So just sit there, eat your KFC, fuck around in training camp, come in there thinking you Roy Jones, looking like a poor man's version, get your ass beat by that young boy. Gonna fuck around, spark you, man.
And let TWT win some money off your dumb ass.
Think you ain't gonna stop him? You say you're back one.
I think ain't gonna stop his ass.
Drop Link definitely come back around and fight because I definitely bet you. I don't think he gonna stop him. I don't think he. And again, I don't even trust in him because he's showing me signs that he not taking it serious. I ain't one to just think all of a sudden he gonna flip the switch and be like, you know what? It's time to take him serious. Like you talking a certain way, you moving a certain way. That other dude in the gym trying to crush shit. Like, and I take that serious. I think his approach is much more serious than his. And it could just be him talking shit, but nah, you seen it in his last fight where he was dropping dude left and right. What did he say after the fight? He didn't want to knock him out. What type of what? Somebody remember the dude bet they life savings that he was gonna get a knockout, and this dude didn't knock the dude out because he wanted to play. So I'm like, nah, I definitely ain't banking on you knocking the dude out, and I know you be playing with your food in there. Best believe Conor Benn get you hurt, he gonna go for the kill. OTB was good, my bro.
Hey, what's up, bro? I'm telling you, Conor Benn gonna put his ass in a torture chamber. I'm telling you, gonna look like that nigga hit the Avatar state. I'm telling you. You jump out there with that lazy ass Roy Jones hook and try to damn bob and weave like Roy. He gonna fuck around and get caught with a damn short left hook. I'm telling you.
Telling you, not putting your punches together, that shit gonna catch up to you. That's my problem. Admiring your work all the time, all that posturing you be doing. Like, I'm not a fan of none of that shit because what I understand is when you're doing all of that shit, that means you're not punching. And if you ain't punching, you putting yourself in a position to be punched on, and you gonna be in there with that young boy. That's why I like Conor Benn. If you don't like nothing else about him, I appreciate his attitude, and I seen the strides that he made to get better. And the only way he could have gotten to the point he at now is if he took boxing serious and really wanted to get out of his dad's shadow, if that was a real thing. So you got one that is making the moves to build his own shit, and then it seemed like the other one, he already took some losses being cocky, and he still don't get it. Now you got Roy Jones in your corner, and you back being cocky again like you was when you was undefeated. At least you talking that way for this fight, and I don't like it. Are you talking that way? And every single time a fighter talk like that, you listen to the difference when they speak. One speaking with sense, it seemed more serious and more focused on what I'm going to do, and the other one is more sold on selling us the fight. And I get that part of it too, but man, you got to talk some other shit in between that, man. I'm just hearing cocky and arrogance, and I don't think you as good as you think you are that you could go in there with that type of approach and beat that young boy that's driven and going to be hungry, undefeated. He want to win. He's not going to make it easy for you because of no pounds, because he had to go up and weight. I just don't think so. I'm telling you. And he's going to be in for a rude awakening if he going there sleeping on Conor Benn, man. And he making it so that you can't even root for him because he not taking the shit serious. I can't. If I see him take it serious, I point it out. But right now, he seems like he fucking over, or he at least ain't taking this shit serious enough. You know what I'm saying? By what he say and do, I want to see you like putting in some type of work or something. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't want to see you eating chicken and having your dad speak for you, talking about weight cuts and shit like that, bro. Who the fuck pulling the string? You grown as hell. You at the end of your career, boy. You ain't no kid no more. You junior, but you a grown ass junior now. You gotta act like it, bro. Who pulling the strings over there? He talking about weight. Like, make that shit add up. That shit don't equal up, man. It just don't. He said I'm going 2 weeks without sex. Yeah. I forgot about that part. You only need 2 sex. You usually abstain what he say for 6 weeks or some
he's
shit.
tripping on that.
But for Conor Ben, he only need 2. See what I'm saying? That's a dude that just, I guess you selling it, but man, part of me think he's serious, man. Like he really like it's beyond selling. If you asked him, is he selling the fight? I'm pretty sure he'd probably say, nah, he just being honest. So if that's what you doing, you ain't taking this shit serious. You gonna fuck around and get beat up. I'm telling you. Just like you talking that shit like that, and who beat his ass? It was George Groves beat your ass, and I could say he beat your ass because it went the distance. He was whooping your ass in there, out there playing. Boy, George Groves caught you slipping, being cocky, being arrogant, and beat you up. And I could see a repeat type of performance with him and Conor Ben. I don't think he's taking it serious enough. I don't think the gap in skill level is that much of a gap in his favor for him to approach the fight this way. And I think that's gonna be his undoing. He gonna lose, in my opinion. I ain't rocking with him. I don't see the right kind of attitude. I can't rock with it. I think he's gonna lose.
Oh yeah, drop link. We could bet push-ups, sit-ups, some money, food. We could bet any damn thing. On the Ben ninth round. I'm telling you.
Said he gonna knock himself out.
I'm telling you, Eubank gas.
Yeah.
People don't talk about shit anymore. His gas tank ain't all that.
DJ Saunders, facts, he embarrassed him, and when he was undefeated, and I remember that fight, and I was rooting for him. But again, I never seen a fighter like find new ways that make you not root for him, or continue to find ways to make you not root for him. Eubank, that arrogance, that shit. Like, you only could do that when you beating absolute ass. Like, if you're going to do that, if you're going to take that approach, you got to really be beating the shit out of people when you get in there. You can't be beating people up and have a dude hurt several times talking about, I ain't want to knock him out. You think people don't want to see you put this dude out? That don't sound good, because you can't play. You can't play with no Conor Ben, man. I don't care how what people think about him. I ain't saying he no world beater, but I know that's a dude that is gonna come in there to at least try to win for as long as he on his feet. I'm convinced that that's how he gonna approach this fight.
Hey, OTB, I don't even think it ain't even 3 pounds, bro. Cause if he fighting at 60, he probably went in at 158, 159. Probably lose a pound and a half, 2 pounds max.
Yeah, his last 4 or 5 fights been in the about the 60-pound range. Mm-hmm. And he had fought several fights at 68 before, but it's after he took that loss. I think he went back down after the loss. I think it was with Groves. I think that was the turning point. I think he might have took his ass back to 60.
Yeah. He a small 68-pounder, and then he going to 60, probably weighing in at like 159 and a half, something like that. Mm-hmm. But then at the same time, he could cut that extra 2.5 pounds, you know what I'm saying? But the extra 2.5 pounds, that could like really be like a deciding factor, like really like drain him, because you got to also factor in what's his body weight percentage, you know? If he had 60 fighting at like 4% body fat, something like that, and then he got to cut that extra 2.5, like that could be real tough. It just all depends. But I mean, he, at the end of the day, he did sign the contract, and you know what I'm saying? Like, what I heard was Conor Ben's team proposed like a 153, and then Eubank was like, nah, 157, but then Conor Ben was like, nah, you just proposed the 157 straight up. So it's kind of like which side you gonna pick, and then but still, at the end of the day, we hear 157 pounds. And then the rehydration class, which I don't like at all, but still, you got to make that weight. And hopefully everything goes smooth, and they both well protected while they're in the ring.
Yeah. Make the hell of a point. I agree.
He might break that rehydration clause.
Hands down, Roy Jones, low style for me. Yeah, he dinner, man. He gonna rehydrate that. I'm telling you, trying to beat him and being cocky, and he do it so often. He just did it in his last fight. And to me, that was the deciding factor between him going the distance and not getting a knockdown. How much playing was he gonna do in there? He did way too much. That shit annoyed the hell out of me, yo. And I still remember. Imagine a dude betting a life savings on a knockout, and you see your fighter dropping a dude several times that you just bet your life savings on. He in there playing. Don't get a knockout and you lose everything. Ain't no way I'll be a fan of him after that, bro. I'll be done with his ass. I'm telling you, Ben. I believe in him, like his attitude and his approach. I believe he like lunch pail type dude. Yeah, go in there, put the work in. You know what I mean? He try to get better, and you better be ready to beat him because he got something. He coming with a little bit of something. I'm telling you, Eubank play a lot in there. You know, come correct, man. Man, I'm telling you, upset. I don't know who's gonna be the. Do they got any odds on for this fight? Wonder who would be the favorite.
Yeah, they should.
So.
Who the favorite? Eubank?
I'm gonna see. They should.
Probably Connor Ben.
Yeah, I think
Eubank
started out as the favorite.
Mm-hmm.
Eubank the favorite.
10-pound IBF rehydration puts him walk in 167. Connor come up from 147. I can't feel Eubanks. Me either, bro. That's what I said. I can't feel him. Get your ass out of here. He gonna be in way more unfamiliar territory than you gonna be, for sure. That's a fact. Like, it ain't no way around it. So it's like, for him to be all ready and for your team to not be on the same page with what you doing, just look, that there go the red flag for me. I don't need to see too many more examples. That's enough for me to say, all right, somebody ain't 100% confident. My weight cuts and like, damn, you almost making it seem like, damn, it's like they both taking risks, man. They both taking risks. That shit is crazy to me.
That's right.
Connor Bean plus 176. Chris Eubank Jr. minus 230. We winning us some motherfucking money, man. We winning us some motherfucking money, man. Yeah, I love seeing my fighters on the dog.
Facts, OTB. I don't feel them either, bro, at all. You tell somebody else that shit.
Connor Bean finna spark this nigga for the little niggas all around the world.
Mm-hmm. Oh, since we talking about weight, because I almost forgot to mention, you know, this is another part to this live, man. Another guy that occupied the right side of my thumbnail by itself. I just want to know. I'm asking. Like, I ain't saying nothing, but this dude talking about he lost more than 10 pounds in a day. And look where we at. Look where we at. Look how close we are to the fight. Is that regular? Like, fighters be going crazy like that?
Apparently,
Canelo's gonna fucking pass. He's gonna pass out. That's not even healthy to do.
Hey, yo, I swear, when it come to him, y'all, I just get frustrated because all of a sudden he could just do shit that no other fighter could do and not suffer no type of effects from it. He could just play with his weight like that. That's where I'm getting at. Fuck that, ain't a damn nutritionist, but yo, what? He's supposed to have dropped more than 10 pounds in a day. Did y'all come across that video where he just, you know how the fighters be having them little sweatsuits on and drenching their sweat out and shit like that? He did that. He had a video where he was doing that. He said that was the second time he was doing that. He said the first time it was even more. And I forgot how much he said, but when it equaled up, you will know he headed to basically saying he lost over 10 pounds in one day. Sweating like that. I know it's probably like, y'all, it's water weight. I get it, whatever they want to say, but that should just sound crazy to me. Like, damn, bro, you could do that? Look how close he is to the fight, too. What you doing? What I'm saying. Like, damn.
No, that's what I'm talking about. That's
what you doing? Walking around at 185?
That shit.
Then they walk around at 190.
That shit sound crazy, don't it?
Bro, you cut that much weight,
walks around at like 185. He's not.
I'm telling you, yo, this shit is bogus with this dude. That's how you know. That's exactly it's the shit like this. It's exactly why I don't give him no excuse as to why he lost to Beaver. It wasn't no weight for the percentage of people that think that way. It was just too big. Nah. That's a big dude. He's just not tall, man. That's a big, heavy, thick motherfucker, man. Damn, 10 pounds. I'm like, yo, what? So that's not going to affect you in no way, shape, or form. You're going to get in there and just be at your peak level. Wow. Like, yo, all right, bet. I seen that shit. I seen what that shit did to Roy Jones. That's all I know. And then when I look at Canelo, he ain't half the athlete Roy Jones was naturally. And even that shit caught up to him. You physically seen him not be the same and win a fight by the skin of his teeth. And from that point on, it's never the same, ever. Playing with your weight like that, man. That shit catch up to everybody. You got 61 fucking fights, man. That shit is real. Wear and tear, ain't no way you define that. Nobody. Don't nobody. You can't just defy all 61 fights, bro. And you ain't nothing wrong with you. Like, all right. Yeah, right. Yeah, all right. That dude, man. That's why I think he stay away from certain style of fighters. Cause I think he ain't gonna come out and say it, but either he or his team or them both as a team know he's limited in certain areas, and it serves them best to stay away from a certain style of fighter. I'm gonna stand on that. Till he show me that he'll fight one of these fighters that I'm talking about. All right, bet. Then I'll give it to him. Other than that, I think they know what it is, and it's more than just losing with him. He just know he ain't. These fights gonna be tough, and ain't no guarantee he lose any of the fights I want to see him take. But it's a reason he ain't taking them.
Yeah, well, Canelo has already showed to you that he doesn't want to fight any style that gives him any trouble. That's why if you look at most of his career, can somebody turn off their echo? All right. Hey yo, can you mute that voice, please?
You good now?
Yeah, but yeah, basically what I was saying is like Canelo, he fights to the level of his competition, but the thing about it is that when you look at the style, Canelo is basically similar to Julio Cesar Chavez Sr., but he's just a more limited version of him. And when you look at how many fights he's been in that were very difficult, those are very few fights. But the difference is that Canelo, he doesn't want to go back to those, boxer puncher type of styles because he knows that he can't like adjust, like late game, to those type of styles. And whenever you see Canelo get tired in the later rounds, his feet just can't keep up with somebody that knows how to switch it up and give him a very tough war. I guess that the great example of that would be the Austin Trout fight and the Floyd Mayweather fight. Because, every time when Canelo got tired and he basically had his feet, stuck in a quicksand, he just kept getting more like immobilized, as the fight, went on. So I can easily see that with like a fight between him and like, Errol Spence or anybody that knows how to move and punch. Like Canelo understands, where his, limitations are. And
exactly. I agree.
Yeah. His matchmaking basically proves it. So
exactly. So that's where I'm going. I'm glad you said that. Exactly. So they could say what they want. Of course, they ain't gonna come out and tell us, but I think it's real wear and tear. All them training camps, 61 fights, man. You had more fights than a lot of people, man. That shit is crazy. You ain't Superman, yo. You ain't. You don't wear no sleeve. I said it before. You don't wear them sleeves you be wearing for no fashion statement, bro. You obviously something ain't right up there. So that's the way I see it. And I think it's like I said, it's the reason he gonna continue to avoid certain matchups. And now with that being said, I'm of the mindset that I could stop holding my breath for any of them fights. Like, and again, he just said he ain't fighting Mexicans. Robert Garcia bogus too. I damn near halfway can't support him. I don't know what he be talking about. I don't know if y'all caught the shit that he said when he responded. When they told him that Canelo said he don't want to fight Mexicans, he said he shouldn't. Why should he have to batter the Mexicans? He should fight. What did he say? The whites, the Eastern Europeans, and the Negroes. That's what this dude said. Like, yo, let them fight each other. Like
that turned around and turned Benavidez to fight fucking Soto Ramirez.
I love to see that too. Yeah.
I love to see it, but that's a big ass contradiction, though.
Yeah.
And I say this for this dude that you want to say you don't want to fight Mexicans, right? But where was this train of thought when you dragged Josecito up a weight class and beat the shit out of him? Because then nobody in the world asked you to fight that dude. Snatch that. Ain't he Mexican? Last time I checked, I could have swore that dude was Mexican. Unless I got it wrong.
The nigga just called those Negroes. The nigga called those Negroes.
You said what?
The nigga just called those Negroes.
Oh yeah, facts. He did. Robert Garcia. Facts. He did it. Man, they had that. Not the I'm watching that and I'm watching the video and they had the shit word for word. They ain't wrote it down. It was quoted. That's exactly what he said. Let them like fight each other. I'm like, yo, Robert Garcia, I don't know. He go to certain platforms and it kind of slip under the radar if you don't pay attention to that, because we ain't necessarily looking for that, and I ain't trying to pick, but that's what he's saying. I'm like, yo, bro, you got a lot of nerve. Yo, this dude make all this money, and you telling me basically what hell, Mexican don't matter. Basically, you telling me he could demand this much money and he could fight who he want. Don't take no serious challenges. Just take the safe fights, the ones he know he gonna win, right? Man, get out of here, man. That shit don't belong in boxing. Ain't nothing he did or accomplished that awards him that type of favoritism, man. Hell no. Hell no. Fight people. Don't give me the Floyd did none of that. You 31, 32 years old, man. Knock it off, man. Fight these dudes or lead the sport, man. We stop paying attention to you.
Yeah, ain't that the same shit that got his goddamn Mikey beat against damn EJ? That damn trainer thump.
Mm-hmm.
Weird ass. Well, he only fights
Robert Garcia too, man. He go to certain platforms and talk a different type of shit. He don't do that on the ones where he knows certain people watch, man. I've been catching on to that. I'm telling you, they know what they be doing, trying to slip little shit out.
A lot of them do that.
Yes. That's what he said, yo. Let them fight each other, yo.
See, what you scared of, you don't want that man to fight another damn Mexican. And he fuck around going there and get his ass destroyed. All of a sudden, Canelo ain't the same Canelo.
Well, I said, what was that thought at when you drag Josecito up and beat on his ass? And I'm of the belief, if Josecito was naturally a bigger guy, he would have gave you a much better fight because he gave you some competitive rounds early until you seen that clear size advantage take over. Other than that, he was working on your ass. His ass was working. Body work like, salute, bro.
I don't feel like everybody's scared of David Benavidez. But I feel like Canelo and his team fit that shit. Just the ramifications that come from losing to him. If you lose to him bad, you lose to another Mexican, it's gonna fuck your whole money train up.
That shit, man.
Like everybody else, I feel like he really scared.
This was a dude that preached legacy. Man, where that kind of talk at? You know what I'm saying? You used to preach that. Now all you making is bag moves and moves that's financially in your favor. That's pretty much it. You know what I'm saying? And that's why I can't respect his resume. Yeah, he fought some people, but we also know he got a very manufactured resume, if we being honest, man. I'm sorry, man. That's just what it is. I ain't sorry, matter of fact. He should be sorry because I could see through this shit. I just can't paint him. That's why I be on him. He ain't no face of boxing. Got a lot of questions and things that just don't get answered when it comes to Canelo. He been moving this way for far too long for me to call it anything else other than a manufactured resume. This shit is strategically, your fighters and fights are strategically handpicked. And again, maybe y'all don't use the term cherry pick, but I'm pretty sure you know you got the upper hand in most of these fights. Is exactly why you giving us a Golovkin fight 3 years after the second time you fought him. Don't nobody care about that shit the same way. You should have fought him back to back to back. And I question why you didn't do that if you really was never going to fight this dude again. Because I was of the belief after that second time and you claim you beat him fair and square, you was never going to fight him again. And here we are. After you get your ass beat, now you end up needing Golovkin. And I always said I wish Golovkin would have just said no to this fight just so we could have seen who else he would have went and fought instead of Triple G. I think Triple G is like, don't get me wrong, man. He's still dangerous, but it's like the safest of the dangerous fights, if that makes sense, man. Because this dude is old. He's just simply not the same guy. So that's what they banking on. And if he got an ace or something in his back, if he got something in his back pocket, maybe he gonna show us something different. But I'm pretty sure they banking on this dude being 40 years old and not being the same fighter, which is why they willing to get in there with him now instead of fighting him back to back to back. Can't convince me nothing else. I feel like I see right through it. So that's what they banking on. Youth versus the old. He ain't look like the same dude. I seen him getting hurt with body shots. We know Canelo go to the body real well. I think that's why some of the people was picking Canelo to stop Triple G. But hopefully he got one last one in him before he go out. And I hope he don't come out here and get stopped. He put an ass whooping on Canelo. That shit changed a lot.
I hope Triple G fold his ass up. I hope we see that nigga grasping for air.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I ain't lying to you. I ain't rocking with him.
Yeah, his conditioning already getting worse and worse by the fight. That shit was horrible the last fight when he fought Bill. I don't hear nothing about that weight shit. Look, Canelo walk around damn near 190. I don't hear nothing.
Gotta be. You see this dude cutting. If he cutting 10 pounds with less than a week away from a fight, he gotta be big as hell. Like that's just bogus as hell. The fact that's it's beyond the fact that it's 10 pounds in a day. It's the fact that you still got that type of weight to lose with that close to the fight. I don't know. It just seemed crazy. And you probably did all of that and you still ain't on weight if you think about what I'm saying. So that shit to me just sound crazy. Like you doing all that close to the fight, you gonna be fine.
Shit, that's the second time he did it too. So he probably will walk around down 90, 200. Goddamn Huggy Bell.
Something up with bruh, man. That's all I know. Something up with bruh.
Damn, the Mexican community be like, well, why David Benavidez don't want to fight Benavidez if you move up? Why you want to get warm-up fights? The same reason why Canelo chose Bivol instead of Benavidez. Or the first time he could have fought Bivol when he fought Kovalev, he could have fought Bivol then and took the easier route. Same difference.
I believe, for me, I'm a firm believer in acclimating to weight classes, man. So, like, if a fighter is moving from one weight class to the next and they're getting a, little welcome to the weight class type of fight, I'm cool with that. Like, I'm not against that. But, after about 2 fights max at that weight, you should be about ready. So, pick your opponents wisely. But I ain't gonna knock him for not going straight toward him unless he was talking a certain way before he got there. So I ain't too many people in the rush to get in there with that damn bear with gloves on. I'm telling you, that dude different, bro. No doubt. K-Rod, salute, bro. Too many people in the rush to get there, get punched on by no Arthur Better Diaz, man. That shit different. That's a different type of wreck, and I don't think everybody ready for it. What's that?
I don't see nobody else lining up in the rush to go fight this motherfucker.
Oh, most certainly not, because they know that shit come with a price. It's either you or him. That's when you get in the ring with him. It's either you or me type of situation where he on the other side. Either you get me out of here or I'm getting you out of here.
That's the only L I got my boy taking anytime soon. He fighting right now. Yeah, shit. Bye Birdie.
Yeah, man, he's sleep, and it's crazy because he really like 37. And this dude, he seemed like a young 37, but you know what? At the same time, I seen some vulnerabilities, but he was so accurate and on point in his last performance. I didn't get to see those same vulnerabilities I seen when he fought Marcus Brown. Even though he got Marcus Brown out of there, Marcus Brown went enough rounds for me to see some things in Better BF that could be exploited. But the whole problem is going to be how long can you stay the course with him? You get what I'm saying? Without sustaining like a certain amount of damage, man. Because again, once he really start putting hands on you, you don't last too much longer after that. So it's just what it is. So if you defensively sound, man, and you could, stay out of harm's way, as well as get that shit back, you'll give yourself a chance. But until then, man, somebody can't put that type of performance together, a complete one. Like I said, it's either you or him, and a lot of times it's gonna be them. Combat 2 bag was good, bro.
I don't even know if Bivol gonna damn beat Better BF if they ever fight. Unless he's find a way to stay on the outside the whole time and he got a chin. Whoever gonna beat Arthur Better BF gonna have a chin for sure.
See chin, and the thing is, I think would have helped people if we fighting a David Benavidez. Of course, you want to have a chin because he got a heavy enough punch. So far, he displayed a heavy enough punch for you to, that's not somebody you want to just be welling on you. But I think you having good feet would be something good to have against Benavidez. And being defensively sound, like simple, responsible on defense. Always easier said than done, but it's doable. But to this point, again, like you've seen people have success, but in spots. So this is boxing. So I don't knock them for the success people had against them. You just got to be able to put that shit together enough on the night to really beat them. People ain't been able to do it just yet. So it just remains to be seen who could. You know what I mean? Fuck with him, man. I think he definitely the best out of that camp for sure. I always thought it anyway. For a second, Ryo looked like he was making a case till he showed me that you got less defense than this nigga. You out there getting better be able to destroy Beeble. I say this, Beeble could put him in a position where you have to like catch up to him because Beeble got that type of rhythm and flow and movement to his game, like where he could offset some shit that better be able like to do. Because again, that dude he gotta be set, he gotta be in front of you to get them shots off. Like, you get what I'm saying? He ain't the best boxer, you know what I'm saying? But he's a mauler in there. You get what I'm saying? But he can box to some degree. You get what I'm saying? So, but I think the feet would be important in that fight. Beeble, that's something that I'm telling you. I don't know if y'all pay attention to that or y'all see it that way, but for me, he got some real smooth feet in there. Like, you know what I mean? Real comfortable in the ring. He showed me a lot of discipline against Canelo. And I know that's a guy that ain't make no adjustments, but still, the way he approached the fight I like it.
I ain't gonna lie to you. I think Benavidez next fight might have to be at 68 because ain't nobody really worth fighting at 75 right now. All of them got fights. All of them.
Hard straights is poison for ginger. That's always maneuver. Facts better be an underrated boxer. Yeah, he is. Buatsi.
Yeah. Is he still? Yeah, I think he about to fight for eliminator. Actually,
that wouldn't be a bad fight at all.
I think his best chance is to go up to 175 because everybody 178 got fights too. Shit, be real with you.
Mm-hmm.
He'll get more opportunity. Ain't nobody gonna say they don't want to fight him at 175. I bet you he go to Baturier and Bivol and Buatsi and Anthony Yard, and none of them gonna turn no fight down.
Mm-hmm.
He won't have that problem. I don't see no reason for you to stick around at 168 fighting
Buatsi versus Pascal. I thought that was supposed to be the fight.
Yeah.
Zoom was good, Zoom.
If you can't quality fights at 68, you might well move up. You don't want to look up and you 30.
Really, right? Literally, right now, even everybody at 68.
Luke, we talk.
Shit too. Like,
he's Brody.
He really the odd man left out right now in both divisions.
He's talking. Zoom.
But Plant about to fight in the real. Well, he'll have a Caleb Plant fight next if Plant and Charlo don't fight next.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I mean, niggas ain't ducking smoke at 75, so that shouldn't be no issue. Like, niggas will definitely fight each other if it's presented the right way, I guess.
Yeah.
I ain't never heard about no duck stores in 75.
Yeah. Yeah, man. Let's see somebody get in there with Buatsi. Hey, but I did hear about Buatsi. Matter of fact, in Pascal, I did hear something about that.
Yeah, they scheduled.
I really want to see Benavidez fight one of them niggas, bro, so I can see if he is good as I believe he is. I still got to see it become tougher though. Like, I know you good, but how good? Like, when somebody, how great are you?
Yeah,
that's what I want to see.
Mm-hmm. Hey T, what you think about this AJ and Fury shit?
I saw this shit. We waiting to see if Tyson Fury do it now. I don't think Tyson Fury gonna fight nobody, bro. So,
and it's crazy if he don't, because he talked all that shit. And remember, I said I seen that quote from AJ where he told him, like, I don't do this shit for clout over social media or something. And he tagged his management, 258 management. And that's who responded. They said they accepted all terms and all this. And I'm like, oh, for a December 3rd fight. I'm like, oh shit. Oh shit. Yeah. That's what made me feel like, oh shit. So now the ball is like to see if Tyson Fury for real or not, I guess now. So let's see how that shit shake out, man. Cause that's gonna be another rough fight. I ain't gonna lie for AJ. If he take that fight, I ain't even gonna hold you. It's gonna be another rough one. What if he fuck around, land a money shot on Fury, and blast him out?
That's what I'm hoping.
If Fury retire after that. No, for a fact we getting AJ Wilder. For a damn fact we'll get it.
I heard it for be a damn rematch clause in that shit too.
Man, that's gonna be some tough fights for old AJ. But again, like that what caught my attention because I pay attention to the details. When AJ spoke, he said who to get in touch with. That's the management team he tagged, and the ones who spoke out and said they accepted all terms is that management team that he told him to reach out to. So I'm like, okay, so the right people are speaking back. So all right, good then. Let that shit happen. Let that shit happen, bro. You feel me, Josh? Let it happen. He get lucky, man. He get lucky on Fury ass. We'll get an AJ. We get a Wilder AJ then. Andy Ruiz better pump his brakes. I seen posting fight posters and shit. See that looking Wilder eye on that fight poster? That's what you gotta go up against. He ain't playing. That's not no Luis Ortiz. I don't give a fuck what you talking about. That ain't no 43-year-old Luis Ortiz. I'm telling you, that dude was cautious of that power, and he'd be twice as cautious with Wilder. I think it's safe to say that. And all that hand speed shit, you got to get inside to work your hand speed. And I'm telling you, that long jab gonna be available for Wilder. I'm telling you, when he get that right hand in the right spot, Ruiz is going to be hurt. And it's going to be the first time people see Ruiz get knocked out. I truly believe that. I'm not just saying it. Because he showed me a lack of discipline in his career, man. And he's a big boy. He ain't the best mover either. You know what I'm saying?
Hey, so, people forget he got 2 L's in the draw. He don't drop every opponent he done been in the ring with, so it ain't a matter if it happens, when it.
When that shit touch you, man, I'm telling you, that shit different.
I'll tell you that old school saying we used to have. It might be country ass shit. Need to get his ass knocked out, hurt, put him in the motherfucking dirt.
And he should be able to move well enough, like to be able to, you know what I mean, do what he need to do. Like I said, I know they fight different, Ruiz and Stavern, but they built the same. And I'm a stand on that. Them dudes are built the same to me. You know what I'm saying? He could outbox his ass the same way he did Stavern. And he even got to knock him out. But I believe the knockout is going to come.
That's fucked up. Damn. We got 2 people built like fucking Lego games. That'd be a bad boy. And it really built like
with him. Knowing him, he fuck around, come back in his next fight and don't even train as hard. Like, this is the type of shit Ruiz do.
Known for that shit.
Exactly, and it ain't just in the AJ situation. That's not the only time he done that. Hold on, y'all. Give me 2 seconds, baby. Do on my helmet.
And goddamn, your boy Joe Joyce fight soon, don't it? T fight Joe Parker soon, don't it?
Yeah, 24th, I think.
Can't wait for it. I like him now. I ain't like him.
He gonna spark Joe Parker ass. He gonna spark him pretty quick too.
Yeah, I like him at first. Then I watched that last one. I was like, okay, I fuck with him. He ain't as I thought.
He gonna spark Joe Parker. Joe Parker almost lost to Darius Shore that second time.
I remember that.
Back.
So George finna spark. He finna get his ass up out of here. It's gonna be ugly too. Ugly too. Right?
Joyce is 7. Man, he gonna beat Parker ass.
It really just depends on how quick he catches it.
He gonna beat the hell out of him.
I got Joe and 4.
That dude really is the juggernaut. He be on some shit, Joe Joyce, dude, boy.
Ooh, that's why I can't wait for that motherfucking game to come out. Well, I'll tell you, only a couple more months. The early access is supposed to be before the year out, so yeah. They dropping female, goddamn body scans and all this shit.
Mm-hmm.
I'm waiting for it. Hey, JoJo one of the first people to join that motherfucker though. No, that nigga pop gonna be recorded. Him and goddamn Wilder.
Mm-hmm.
I see they pushing the shit out. Andy versus Wilder. They pushing the shit out there. Like, they been pushing that shit for months.
Yeah, my way and let it happen.
Yeah, he pushing it too. That's why I say he better chill. I see him post like a fight poster.
Yeah, better be careful what you ask for.
Mm-hmm.
You might ask for a hand, but you're gonna fuck around and catch your ass with it.
Said Parker don't have the power to keep Joyce off him. Facts. ESPN Boxing Club game. That was that. I forgot what it's called. What is it?
Yeah, it's the new boxing game that's supposed to be coming out. If you got a PC, like that, whooping your ass. When the game fully released, I figure out what console I'm about. When I figure out what kind of console everybody else.
They better have that cross-platform though, for real.
I need it, and I can't wait. I can't wait.
Gotta do that. They got to.
I can't wait to beat the shit out of Bud. I'm getting Sugar Ray Leonard every fucking time. Every time. I don't beat the shit out of Canelo or Roy Jones.
Keyshawn Davis, funny as hell. So,
I can't wait for it. Ain't stop, won't stop, bad boy. That shit's so funny. Goddamn, what so goddamn fan died. That nigga walked in on them playing the game, and his character was getting knocked out. That bitch almost crashed. How you get knocked out in your last fight, and you got knocked out on the game with somebody else using you?
Oh man,
the nigga that knocked him out, the other dude knocked his ass out. Good.
If they do that shit the right way, man, they gonna have something special. They do it the right way.
I really feel like the people that don't have, they're gonna end up getting them once they see how good the game is. That's really what it's gonna depend on. The better the game is, they're eventually gonna want to be in it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I'm just was disappointed when I heard him say Devin Haney turned it down. I'm like, come on, man. Yeah. Come on, Dad.
Shit, Andre Wood turned it down too.
Yeah, they acting crazy, man. What's wrong? Like, what in the reason? Like, what reason? I'll just be wanting to know for what reason would you say no to being on a video game? Like, what kind of corny, selfish shit is that? That nigga's selfish, man. I don't care what they say.
He got
selfish, bro. You don't want to be on the game.
You ain't gonna do shit for game fans for no
Wilder
shit.
is on the game, y'all. Like Wilder. That's to say enough, bro. You could put people to sleep with that right hand. Yo, Bomb Squad is on the game, and it looked just like
yeah.
Like Terrence Crawford is on the game. Can I just know that? Like his ass, the hardest dude to work with is on the game.
Nigga, Wilder got his own fucking trait on the game already.
That's crazy.
Goddamn bumper trait. He catch you slip. He catch you opening with that right hand. He has a high chance of knocking your ass out. So they're trying to make traits where, like, even though these niggas got the overall, or this one might be slightly worse than the other one, the traits will make them niggas unique. Mm-hmm. So you'll be using the niggas for the traits and not the overall. Mm-hmm. Like both of these niggas be a goddamn high, but here this nigga might have traits that benefit your fight style. They basically say if you don't know how to fight as a brawler, don't pick a fucking brawler because it ain't gonna look right. It ain't gonna go the way you want it to go. Gotta pick a fight.
I hope they made it so that it don't. I don't know. How could I say it? They need to take out that rock'em sock'em kind of situation.
Oh no, that shit ain't in there.
You get what I'm saying? That rock'em sock'em kind of shit. They need to make sure that shit ain't in there.
Yeah, that shit ain't in there.
Like make people pay for trying to throw countless amounts of punches. You know what I'm talking about, man. Like how you get into it. It's like, hold on, niggas ain't doing this shit in no fight for real. Not maybe certain people. just make that like if you're gonna specify that certain people might have a motor like where they could throw more punches than others, make that shit realistic.
It's one of those situations where like you could throw all them punches, but your stamina gonna get fucking killed if your fighter ain't really that type of dude. If you get caught slipping in the middle of that shit, your ass going to sleep. Like in older fight games, like you already know how to win the game. You already know what the meta is, what you got to do to win the fight. And this shit, they got over 40, 50 different fucking judges that they randomly rotate, and all them niggas got different.
Yeah.
All the referees look for different shit, so you don't know what the fuck the card gonna look like.
Mm-hmm.
You have to fight your game plan to go with it. Oh yeah, I'm putting myself in the game too. Wait till they put that creative play on that bitch.
You know what would be cold if they put in the game? They gotta have a fire career mode, but like have like an online one where like it's cross-platform, and then they got like all different like fight cards and whatnot, and then you can have like 8 different people like in there, and then they gotta basically like go through the year, they fighting and stuff, and like y'all in the same weight class, y'all could like fight online, but then like it's all like in the same career mode where you could like follow each other's career and stuff.
Yeah, they probably going to get their money up for that though. They probably going to let that bitch come out, and they doing it on like a Fortnite type of damn game plan. Like they don't plan on making more than one of these. They plan on making the best game ever the first time around and keep updating it and add fighters as they come along. That type of shit. They have like little season passes. The WBC side with them, so they're gonna have a tournament where you can actually win the WBC championship for that shit. Like it really gonna be like a real esports type of thing. Then you can create referees, judges, cutmen, trainers, promoters, and fighters. So shit, I already know who's gonna be my trainer anyway. That's right. Gonna be
Bowman.
Yeah, he in the game. Yeah, they got the trainers in the game. I'm going straight to goddamn Roger Mayweather.
That's crazy.
Roger Mayweather, Buddy McGirt, goddamn. I think they got Customato on that motherfucker too. There's a lot of little different people in there. Yeah, there's so many people in the damn game, I can't remember. Then on top of that, I'm gonna beat Chris Eubank Jr. ass again when the game come out with Conor Ben. Then, oh yeah, Nigel Ben looked so good in that game. That's the moment where I knew, like, okay, I can make myself dark skinned in this game.
Yeah.
Can't wait. Because I will be there.
Man, hopefully that shit come out sooner than later because they tripping. They've been having it. No, they taking a damn time. But I did hear something about being a small group of people and shit like that.
Yeah, they started out with damn 20 people. Niggas like EA be cranking them hoes out so fast because they got a team of damn near 200 people making the game. That's all it is. They're an indie company for real, so they ain't like no major ass company. That's all it is. If they had 200 people, that shit would have been done. I can't wait. I'm knocking shit loose. That's when you gonna see my channel for real. To tour your videos and all that shit, come train with your boy. They're gonna have your own gyms on that bitch and all. I'm starting to that's why I got find out goddamn what kind of consoles everybody. I'm gonna have a TWT gym in that motherfucker.
Oh shit. Yeah, man.
I'm telling you, that shit get ranked and you can like win money off that shit if you got like a high ranked gym and shit.
Yeah, it should be decent, man. Should be a decent game, man.
Yeah, they got gyms, they got outside venues, state arenas, small venues. They're like in your career mode, if you still like on the rise or you ain't got no fans for real, man, they're halfway fucking empty when you fight. That's it. That bitch ain't gonna be filled up until you build your popularity enough to sell out somewhere. Cause you got to negotiate splits, rehydration clause, rematch clauses. You got to make weight. Yeah, you can retire, come out of retirement. Oh, that shit.
That's fine.
You can actually get injured on that motherfucker.
Dang.
I love that shit. I'm telling you, I played an old game that came out a long time ago. I got my fucking ribs broken on that bitch. Had to miss down there 4-5 months.
You gonna see that shit?
I like that.
Would be dope, though.
They realistic shit, but they got an arcade mode for motherfuckers that ain't really. They got an arcade mode for the motherfucker that ain't really into the whole really
That's dope.
this simulation shit too though.
Ones where you can
But
be promoted.
using a goddamn R2 jet blunt instead of like the little 6-point thing or whatever where you can parry and slip in the bitch where you can punch. Yeah, they got. Shit, they really trying to start a league. I might just start my own little league.
Yeah, hopefully you could.
Get a game.
Into that shit.
The game been in works for too long for it to not be decent.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
I was doing like CPU type versus CPU type, and then like hopefully you could build like a stable with it, and then like watch your fighters like fight in the thing. That would be dope. You know, you build them and stuff, promote them a certain way, or whatnot. That'd be dope.
You know your stuff fell off? It's back there.
Man, so I'm about to let y'all get up out of here, man. I ain't gonna drag this out. I'm gonna come back with something else because it's early. Appreciate everybody in the building. Y'all smash that like button for me on y'all way out, man. Salute to my bros on the panel. We talk sports, Fossey and my bro T. T, you gonna be on in a minute too, ain't you?
Yeah, about an hour.
About an hour. Yeah, cool. Cause I gotta get something to eat anyway. Bet. Yeah, man. I'm gonna let y'all get up out of here. You know, tending baby do, cause he been on my neck since I got here. Since he got in here. Appreciate my bros, man. Appreciate the family in the chat, man. Y'all smash that like button on your way out, man.
I appreciate you for letting me get on the panel. Appreciate everybody on the panel in the chat.
And I'm gonna let my bros get the heck up out of here. My Cowboys lost.
My team lost too, goddamn.
And I knew it. That's why I even watch it play. I already knew what time it was. I ain't gonna bash my team right now. I ain't gonna get on their ass right now. We'll get them out of here before I start getting on their ass. Because there'd be a whole nother rant, and I'll be up here for another hour going in relentlessly. They'd be like, "Damn, I thought he said he liked that." That's my team, but I'll be mad as shit, bro. 3 points. Y'all mean to tell me y'all suited up for 3 points? Man, I could have made that field goal myself. Hell wrong with y'all. Suit up for 3 points. Tom Brady still winning, huh? All right. That. I don't see no more. Enough of that shit. Oh yeah, man. I'm gonna let y'all get up out of here, man. I appreciate my bros on the panel, man. Like I said, I think I'm gonna come back later anyway. Cause it's still early. I got some shit I wanna talk about.
It's good.
So I'll see y'all in a few. I see my bro T in a few when you get about it. When you get it for it.
I'll probably be
on
my way to yeah.
Peace.
Appreciate it.
You already know, bro.